Hey guys, Ziltoid here, or the Beard 216. Excuse me for making this sound. It's very loud. We're gonna try something new today. We're gonna do a list, kinda, but we're doing it live, not on stream. I'm just gonna be off the cuff because I'm not good at that whole. I mean, I used to be really good at video editing, but we're just gonna do this right now. So this is gonna be the top 10 albums. Well, not top 10, but like the 10 albums that really changed my life, music wise. And I'll try to keep track of how many I have said. So, number one, Reanimation by Linkin Park. So, at that time, I was a very big Radio Disney kid, and I was a very okay, I listen to what my dad likes, which was like Pink Floyd, Todd Rundgren, Yes. So I would the progressive rock background where I'm at now was very prevalent in my early ages. So here came Reanimation, where I was just getting CDs and stuff from the library as a underprivileged kid from Northeast Ohio, and Reanimation was great. And I owned a copy of Reanimation by Linkin Park before I even owned a copy of Hybrid Theory, because when Hybrid Theory came out, I was 10. So there's that. Well, no, I was 11. But Reanimation came out when I was like, yeah, I'm going to start listening to stuff that, isn't Hillary Duff. And Reanimation, Hybrid Theory was really big for me. So there you go. And it's a very long album. Every song on Hybrid Theory is remixed. And there's even a remix of My December and High Voltage, which are B sides from Hybrid Theory. Um, let's see, another one. Let's see, that's one. In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3 by Coheed and Cambria. Um, Freshman year in high school, I did like A Favor House Atlantic, 2004, 2003, 2004, and I was in band class and I played clarinet, and the baritone sax player was like, "Hey Chris, you like that song by Coheed, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, hands me a disc. It's like a copy, and he's like, "Here you go. That's the album." And I didn't know the track order or anything, but that album got worn out in the house, and that was my first foray into progressive music because I was so used to like stuff like Linkin Park, Korn, Limp Bizkit, Evanescence. I was like, all right, straightforward 4/4 metal, 4/4 rock. And here comes Coheed and Cambria with this like post-hardcore progressive rock mixture, and it was just like, oh, this is so good. And here I am. Next year will be 20 years of me being a Coheed fan. Here you go. Um, let's see. That's two. Number three, very influential album on what I now like to listen to. Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory by Dream Theater, released in 1999. Um, I only owned this album because a friend of my dad's gave him a burnt copy and it just said Metropolis Part 2, Dream Theater on this disc. And when I was younger, we had a CD player in the bathroom that we could listen to music while we showered or bathed. So I'd pop that in, and I was like, it's perfect. Like, I can get like 4 or 5 songs into this story and be done. But I always want to listen to the rest of the story, so that turned into now. Let's see, I started listening to Dream Theater in 2006. So I'm at like 18, 17 years 15 or 16 years of me being a Dream Theater fan. And I've seen them 5 or 6 times. All right. Number four. I mean, it probably will just be a list of five colors. Colors by Between the Buried and Me. So, fast forward to like 2009, and I go into the exchange here in my city of Parma Heights. I go in the exchange, and I'm like, all right, cool. What's this playing over the loudspeaker? I need to know right now. It was Foamborn Part B, so it was like the bun 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 dun dun dun. That part. That's exactly what it sounds like. If I had the ability to clip in the audio right here, it'd match. But I was like, hey, what is this? And they told me what it was, and I bought it on the spot. And I've seen BT Band once, and it was later that year, and they opened for Dream Theater, and the band that comes into number 5, Opeth, Blackwater Park. It's kind of a tie. It's Blackwater Park and Watershed, because I came in at Watershed, but Blackwater Park's like the Opeth album for progressive fans. If you like progressive death metal, yeah, yeah. Both those albums are chef's kiss. It's fantastic. Um, what else do we got here? I can go another one. I wouldn't say album wise, but band wise. No, I'd say album wise. Infiltrate, Destroy, Rebuild by CKY showed me that a band that's supposed to be defined by skateboarding wasn't punk. It was just straightforward rock, right? But the riffs, like shit, you know. It's not influenced by a band by anything, but I still love CKY, and I still love the fact that Darren's out there doing his thing with 96 Bitter Beings. And hey, you know what? Someone's got to be doing it right, and it's definitely no offense to Jess and Chad, but y'all just need to suck it up and just hug Darren, and y'all do your thing. All right, that's 6. I probably crank out 4 more. Oof, full album. All right, I got one. The Fall of Ideals by All That Remains. So that would have been their third release. It's the one that's got 6, which I first heard on Guitar Hero, and then of course it has Not Alone, This Calling. It's got I'm trying to think. It's like there's a third single in there that I'm forgetting. But great album, freaking fantastic. It's like the epitome of like 2007, 2008 metal, which takes me to my number 8. Sounds of a Playground Fading by In Flames. Now, it's not their best, but it was their first time trying to write an album without Jesper. Jesper Stromblad had left the group, and it was just Bjorn Gillette doing all of the guitar work, and you know what? He stepped up and slayed it. What a great album. Like, I know they're getting heavier now with stuff off Battles and their new album coming out, but like Sounds of a Playground Fading is like the perfect like in between record. Um, Changing from their early, you know, Gothenburg sound to being more of a straightforward rock slash metal band. So it's nice to see the progression. Um, let's see here. Full album. Cause I'm doing full albums that I don't skip songs on, but I'm not trying to repeat bands. All right, number 9, Bridge Across Forever by Transatlantic. If you followed my stream today, which is well, it had been the 26th of October, I opened with Stranger in Your Soul as my opening song. But it's an 80-minute album, 4 songs. The first song's a half an hour. The second song's 15 minutes. The third song is a 5-minute song, and it is the title track. And the last song's 30 minutes. Um, it's a super group consisting of Rona Stolt, guitar player and vocalist from the Flower Kings, Pete Trawaris, the bass player and sometimes vocalist from Marillion, Neil Morse, keyboard player and multi instrumentalist from well, his solo career as well as oh my god, don't do this to yourself, Spock's Beard, and then Mike Portnoy from formerly from Dream Theater on drums. So very great album, and it flows. It tells a story. Even the songs in the album connect in sections. It's so good. It's a 60-minute song. Well, it's an 80-minute song that they actually intentionally made not an 80-minute song, but it could be if it wanted to be. Okay, that's what as number 8. No, I mean I think I got one more in me. Albums that changed the Beard's life. Oh, oh, hands down. If this is number 10, it's probably number 9, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it the last one. Human Equation, Arion. Um, it's not my favorite Arion album, but it's the one that brought me to the dance. It's the one that was like, oh hey, James from Dream Theater's on this. Check it out. Oh shit, Devin's on it too. Which brings me to my number 10 and my favorite album pretty much of all time. But number 9 is definitely Arion, The Human Equation. It's just so good. It tells a story through 21 tracks, 20 days of the main character of James Labrie being in a coma and dealing with himself. And himself is played by many characters, voiced by Michael from Opeth to Devin Townsend to I think is Marcella Bovey on it? Oh yeah, Marcella plays the wife. There you go. But yeah, it's a very good, very fantastic album, which brings me to number 10. Dun 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 dun, sell toy. Dun 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 dun. So, I was a fan of Strapping Young Lad before Devin broke up Strapping, but I came in late. I was a New Black fan. So I did like the old stuff, but the album I came in on and saw them live on was their last one. But then Devin returned with Ziltoid the Omniscient, and it's just a story about an alien trying to find the ultimate cup of coffee, but it's metal. And it turns out it's just a daydream from a Starbucks worker working the counter. It's great. The original album is just Devin with a computer, like drum machine, all that stuff. He played all the instruments except drums. And then they did a sequel. And the sequel, Captain Spectacular, is played by Chris Jericho. Great. So there you go. There's my 10. Don't wear it out. Like, comment, subscribe. And maybe we'll do another one of these videos where I'm not too high volume beers in and, been awake since 9 this morning. It's 1:30 a.m. You guys have a good night. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. Peace.